Dyson spheres are a fictitious megastructure that has captured the interest of both science fiction readers and scientists. It is essentially a structure that completely encloses a star and absorbs the majority of the star's energy output. It would be used to give a sophisticated civilization a practically endless source of energy. While Dyson spheres were initially offered as a science fiction notion, some scientists have taken the idea seriously as a potential means for an advanced civilization to harness the powerful energy of a star. In this clip, we'll examine the background science and history of Dyson spheres, talk about the numerous designs that have been put out, and examine the ongoing efforts to look for signs of Dyson spheres or other megastructures constructed by extraterrestrial civilizations. Let's begin, so relax and get some popcorn. Physicist Freeman Dyson first put forth the idea of Dyson spheres in a paper that was published in 1960. The potential of a highly developed civilization building a shell around its star in order to harness its energy production was covered by Dyson in the study. He reasoned that since a civilization had depleted the resources of its own planet and needed to discover a new source of energy, this would be the obvious next step for it to pursue. Since Dyson's initial idea, various scientists and science fiction authors have refined and built upon the Dyson sphere concept. For instance, some have suggested designs for Dyson spheres that are composed of swarms of satellites or other megastructures rather than solid shells. Despite the interest in Dyson spheres, it's crucial to remember that they are still only an idea and have not been seen or built. The tremendous potential of sophisticated civilizations and the unusual means they may develop to survive themselves are, however, highlighted by the notion of using a star's energy in this manner. After discussing the background of Dyson spheres, let's examine its potential mechanisms in more detail. At their most basic, Dyson spheres are intended to harvest a star's energy and transfer it to a civilized society. Depending on the precise Dyson sphere design, this could be done in a variety of ways. An all-encompassing solid shell that entirely encloses the star is one idea for a Dyson sphere. The material used to construct this shell would be able to endure the star's high heat and radiation, and it would be fitted with solar cells or other energy-harvesting equipment to absorb the star's energy. The civilization residing inside the Dyson sphere would subsequently receive the energy that was collected, either through cables or another method. Instead of a solid shell, a swarm of satellites orbiting the star at a distance has also been proposed as a Dyson sphere concept. Additionally, these satellites would have solar cells or other energy-gathering equipment, and they would relay the energy they had gathered back to the civilization. Additionally, more complex ideas for Dyson spheres have been put up, such as megastructures that serve purposes other than energy collecting. For instance, some designs incorporate dwellings for the civilization residing inside the Dyson sphere or even space elevators to make accessing the Dyson sphere from the surface of the home planet easier. But creating a Dyson sphere is no easy task. The materials needed to build such a project would need to be able to endure the harsh environment of a star due to its huge scale. A Dyson sphere would need to be successfully constructed and maintained despite numerous technical and logistical difficulties. Despite these difficulties, scientists and science fiction authors continue to investigate the potential uses of the Dyson sphere concept. We'll examine the efforts to look for Dyson spheres or other megastructures constructed by extraterrestrial civilizations in the following part. Now that we've covered the fundamentals of how Dyson spheres might operate, it's time to focus on the hunt for proof that extraterrestrial civilizations have constructed Dyson spheres or other massive buildings. Even though Dyson spheres are still completely theoretical, some researchers have looked for signs of these or other megastructures like them in our galaxy and beyond. These searches have been conducted using a variety of techniques, such as searching for variations in a star's light curve is one technique to find Dyson spheres. A star's light curve is a graph that shows how brilliant a star gets over time. A Dyson sphere might potentially prevent some of a star's light from reaching us, which would cause a dip in the star's light curve. Scientists can look for signs of Dyson spheres by examining the light curves of multiple stars. Infrared radiation detection is another method for looking for Dyson spheres. Infrared radiation is a subset of electromagnetic radiation with a longer wavelength than visible light. A Dyson sphere might perhaps absorb some of the star's energy and re-emit it as infrared radiation if one is present around the star. Infrared radiation anomalies can be used by scientists to look for signs of Dyson spheres or other megastructures. Despite the fact that these searches haven't yet produced any conclusive proof of Dyson spheres or other megastructures, they have produced some intriguing findings and prompted considerable debate and speculative thinking about the likelihood that such structures could exist in the cosmos. The Dyson Spheres segment of our video has come to an end. Let's review the key ideas we discussed. Dyson spheres are speculative megastructures that could harness a star's energy to give an advanced society a nearly endless source of energy. Physicist Freeman Dyson first introduced the idea of Dyson spheres in a paper that was published in 1960. Since then, various scientists and science fiction authors have refined and built upon it. For Dyson spheres, a variety of designs have been put forth, including solid shells, swarms of satellites, and more complex megastructures. But creating a Dyson sphere would be a difficult technical endeavor, and there are numerous obstacles and constraints that would need to be surmounted. Scientists have used techniques like watching for variations in a star's light curve and examining for infrared radiation to look for signs of Dyson spheres or other megastructures constructed by extraterrestrial civilizations. Despite the fact that these searches have not yet produced any conclusive proof, they have prompted additional debate and speculative thinking about the likelihood of such structures existing in the cosmos. Scientists have used techniques like watching for variations in a star's light curve and examining for infrared radiation to look for signs of Dyson spheres or other megastructures constructed by extraterrestrial civilizations. Despite the fact that these searches have not yet produced any conclusive proof, they have prompted additional debate and speculative thinking about the likelihood of such structures existing in the cosmos. Whether or not it is possible to build a Dyson sphere, the idea is nevertheless intriguing and has long grabbed the attention of scientists and science fiction aficionados. Who can predict what the future may bring? We appreciate you watching our video on Dyson spheres. We sincerely hope you enjoyed learning about this fascinating idea and will stick around to discover more about the universe's mysteries.